Okay, we did it.
We did it.
We did it.
Hello.
That was the biggest. That was people don't know who's watching. People don't know just how stressful that was for me to make sure that that worked. I didn't know it was going to happen. I didn't know we were going to be able to get the transition right. But we have cool people here on the chat, not just in chat, but in your computer screens right now. We've got Gooey and McKenna from Flashback 64. The official podcast of Blue Sky. We can still say that. Is good. I love Darren Hupke's not on a computer. You are in the computer, Darren Hupke in chat. It says he's not on the computer, but I disagree. You're on a phone call. Okay. That's a computer of its own, in its own way. Yeah. Hey, listen. It's Instruction Derby. It's Flashback 64. It is a synergistic Wednesday for the Soundstone network of shows, and
I'm feeling it.
Yeah, and shoot, thanks for coming, guys. How are you doing today?
Good. Yeah. Thank you so much for having us. This is like the best show on the web, I think.
The #1 show of the internet. I'll take that.
I'm glad to be here. We talking about this game. We've done so much cross promotion in regards to this game because we also guested on a fighting game stream, like actually playing it. Like F.R.E.A.K.S has gotten such a shine from our podcast.
That's great.
And I wouldn't want it any other way. Yeah.
F.R.E.A.K.S, the official video game of Flashback 64. Is that...
Oh boy. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Listen, I haven't played the game. I can only imagine that's a good thing. I can only imagine. So yeah, what we'll do today, and I don't know why I'm saying this like I have some grand plan. I haven't practiced. I haven't like planned shit. We're just gonna hang out. We're gonna talk. F.R.E.A.K.S, the manual, we've read on this before, but you guys just did an episode on F.R.E.A.K.S, and we thought maybe it would be fun to go through this bad boy together. We don't do a ton of Nintendo 64 manuals on here. They're sort of a different beast, I think, from a lot of the other manuals. They're weighty and meaty, and sometimes they don't have a whole lot of exciting stuff going on, but this one does. So yeah, maybe let's do this. Maybe Darren's in chat trying to rile us up with his.
Can we get this guy out of here?
Yeah. How do you boot someone from the internet? Get him out of here. This guy, Jesus Christ. I don't know what to say about this guy. I'm gonna drink my Spindrift to combat the bad vibes of Darren is daring me to ban him for the word that I'm about to allow. There we go. Darren said a bad word in chat.
I can't even. I don't want to know what it is.
Oh, he says.
I'm gonna assume
he says ban me, fuckers. And
okay.
And I'm not gonna. I'm not. We're not gonna ban him. We're not gonna give him what he wants. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna drink our Spindrift, and we're gonna read the manual for F.R.E.A.K.S. But tell me a little bit, guys, about your experience with F.R.E.A.K.S.
So we actually had a lot of fun with this game. It's not a good game, I would say, but we had a good time with it, right, McKenna?
Yeah, it's pretty unique. In the fighting game, the Nintendo 64 fighting game canon.
Yeah, honestly, we mentioned this on our episode, but the Midway fighting game canon, like we've been going chronologically, and we have played so many early 3D fighting games that were either developed or published by Midway, which is all leading up to, we're a few months out now from, we're approaching Mortal Kombat 4, which is I feel like the final statement that they had for it. But I feel like we've just experienced so many weird projects that they had been trying to get across with these early 3D fighting games, like War Gods, Mace.
Yeah.
What else? There's one other one that was really standing out to me.
Does Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey count?
You do throw fists.
You
yeah.
do. You do. That's
But
great.
this was probably it had like enough unique stuff in it that was like so radically different that made it a lot of fun. I feel like it's actually, even though it's like a kind of a bad game, if you're playing with a bunch of people who like don't know how to, like they just don't know the game at all, and you're just like trying it, like there's enough like interesting mechanics that make it stand out. Like you have a jetpack and you can fly around and shoot at each other.
You can fly up to different platforms.
There's some platforming. Yeah, we did kind of discuss like it's not quite great at like being a fighting game or a fly around jumping on platforms and shooting each other game, but just because those two things were kind of in there, it just gave it more variety.
That's cool. That's like the Nintendo 64 promise, I think, in some capacity, right? Is that it's just like the game's not going to be good necessarily, good in the classic sense, but if you have people who don't know what they're doing in the game, they might have some fun. I love the Nintendo 64, but this sounds like the like the prototypical N64 game. We're like, we'll try some stuff out. Midway made what, like 30 games for the they're responsible for like a half of the Nintendo 64 games in the US, right?
At some point I had counted like a few games ago like who had published what, and so far Midway had been like, they had published a majority, no, or not a majority, but they had published the most games even over Nintendo. I think for wherever we were at in like early 98. So yeah, Midway was there.
This was when I was a teenager. So you said 98, so I was 14. This was where I wanted to work. I wanted to work at Midway making N64 games, like more than anything else. So 98, for those who are watching who maybe don't know the structure of your show too much, you guys go through all the games in chronological order. And what else is going on? Do you remember what else is going on in the world around the time that Biofreaks is coming out? It was a quieter time in America. I think Biofreaks foresaw the future we would be living in 2026, but back then the world looked quite different.
I still have my notes from the
nice.
flashback segment, if you want to know.
Yeah, you know what? I put you on the spot, and that was really unfair, and I didn't mean to.
No. Well, we've discussed this quite a bit on our podcast, but it was a very popular single, but the number one song at the time was Too Close by Next.
Oh, you're dancing kind of close?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Famous song about getting a boner.
Yeah.
And it is actually we just recorded an episode last night, still in this era, and it was actually the number one single of the year on the Billboard charts. And it's weird because it's a song that like it was popular, but I feel like you don't hear it as much anymore.
No.
Whereas like some other songs that, like if I go shopping, I might hear Unbreak My Heart at the grocery store, but I'm not hearing Too Close by Next. So
you'll hear
big
like
single, but yeah,
you'll hear like Amber from 311 at Trader Joe's, but you won't hear Too Close. Maybe this was the era of the Star Report. It was like Clinton mania. Maybe songs about boners were just for the moment.
There's a lot of Bill Clinton going on for sure that I have to I kind of actually have to hold off on mentioning Bill Clinton. As Darren pointed out, the Microsoft antitrust lawsuit began around the same time as this game. David Wells of the Yankees pitched a perfect game on May 17th.
Congrats to David.
He did this while hungover, and it was Beanie Baby Day at the ballpark. So you can't get any more late 90s than that. So
okay. Wow. Yeah. So see, this is genuinely, like, all jokes aside, like, this is one of my favorite parts of your show. It's just, I remember this era very clearly, right? Because I was a full-on teenager, like the worst kind of guy, and I remember it though. And going back and hearing these things is like, it's crazy. When you were in the Princess Diana era of news, and Candle in the Wind kept going, or like Titanic was going. I remember that. So did I ever tell you about my Titanic box office trauma? Did I ever talk about this?
Yeah, yeah. I can't remember what episode that was on, but
Okay.
what you
It
were
was
like
it was
really into checking
it
the
was,
box office,
I
right?
was really into as a normal person, as a totally normal guy. I love checking the box office, and I hated Titanic. And my dad would come in every Monday morning and be like, "I have bad news for you," for like what felt like 17 weeks or something. And I remember very clearly because again, this is how normal people are. I remember the movie Sphere came out. And I was like, "This is the one that's going to take down Titanic." And
Oh, I don't even know that movie. I don't think.
and Sphere, oh, Sphere was great. Sphere was like a science fiction with a, oh my God, I'm blanking on all their names right now, but it's a movie. It's a movie that came out of the '90s, and it failed to dethrone Titanic. Once again,
Was
a dream deferred.
wasn't it the big hit that dethroned Titanic?
I would hope so.
The Mark Wahlberg
I
movie.
would.
Yeah.
The big hit, I think, is coming to the Criterion channel next month. Just FYI, which is kind of a crazy thing to say. So
That's real. You're not joking.
no, I mean it. I mean, I think I mean it. Like I
Okay.
saw them. I saw them do a like on the Criterion channel. There's like here are the movies coming out. It could have been a dream. Like they're like here are the movies coming out next month, and one of them, and they were all like these movies. What was the I forget what the theme was, but it was like all these movies that you're like, yep, of course, yep, of course, yep, of course. And then it was like, is that the big hit? So it might just be maybe the theme for the Criterion channel this month is just like movies you most associate with one of the cardboard DVD cases, like back when they still did that.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. We got Duke Donuts in the chat. Duke Donuts, Sharon Stone and Dustin Hoffman. Thank you, Darren. Those were the people who were in Sphere.
In Sphere. Okay.
Duke
That
Donuts.
sounds cool to me.
Yeah, Sphere is cool. I liked Sphere. Sphere was like a good. They don't make like a good movie that they should start making again. That kind where it's like it's not going to be that great, but it's okay, and you're going to see it in theaters. That's what I want in my movies.
I'll add it to our list of movies to watch.
No, don't. Yeah, don't go. Wait until it's on the Criterion channel, like the big hit, and then maybe it'll be worth it. So yeah, so we will. I guess should we move on into the manual now that we know what
Yeah.
1998 looked like?
I really wanted to do this one because we were talking about it on our episode, and we try to cover a little bit of everything, and we always draw from the manual. You usually deep go into manual N64 McKenna, like especially you're trying to, or Nintendo Power when you're trying to come up with your descriptions, and we try to include fun information, but this manual had so much in it that we could not we were like we could do a whole thing talking about the manual. So I was like, I'm pretty sure you had done it before, but I was like, I would love to talk to you about this manual again. It's like the platonic idea of an N64 manual, like an actually good one.
Yes, it is like late 90s N64 midway at their peak of creative freedom with the manual. I think it's great. Also, by the way, McKenna, I don't know if I've said this to you before. When you do the readings for your game for the game descriptions on there, they're really great. I always really like that part of the show. They're really good. So yeah. So you guys will be sharing in the reading requirement today because there's a lot of freaking words in this thing, and I'm gonna need to take some time to sip my Spindrift and stay healthy. So so here we go. BioFreaks is again a video game about America, and we're gonna learn a little bit about America and potentially ourselves as we go through. I think we're all okay by largely skipping through to the story stuff. Are y'all in line with that?
There is one thing in the options I want to point out. I think it's later on. It's on page 8.
Okay,
where
good.
You have
good.
The limb loss option, and is one of the best features of this game.
Oh my God! You want to read it out loud? You have earned this.
Okay, yeah. Limb loss option. This may seem a bit morbid, but you can decide whether or not your opponent will lose his arms during the fight. They assume you're playing against a man, which is fair, I guess. Here are the two settings. So you got regenerate. Your opponent's limb grow back after a short period of time. Stay off. Once cut off, they stay cut off or off. Your opponent will not lose limbs.
I love this.
It's actually an awesome feature of the game though, right?
Yeah, it changes. Like, you can't use any of your arm moves. Can't use any of your punches if you lose an arm. So you gotta just do kicks or whatever.
And like blood or like stuff will like come shooting out of your limbs and stuff, or like green whatever nonsense. So it's funny that there's such a detailed option for it, but it's really cool.
That's so they're really into the arms thing. Like state of the player just below it, you can also decide whether or not your character will have any arms throughout the practice. Like what a strange fixation. This way you can work on your limbless fighting skills. So like normal, no left arm, no right arm, or no arms. Outstanding stuff. Oh my god.
That's clearly like one of the big ideas they had for the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, it actually does like feel important in the gameplay. I'll give it that.
That's cool. Oh, good. Thanks. See, thank you for calling that out. I would have just rolled through because there's so much in here. Biofreaks, you can leave the setting for blood for gore at on to see all the cool blood and gore incorporated into Biofreaks, or you can turn it off. Your choice. So when you turn gore off, there'll be no blood or loss of limbs. So maybe we need like a flow chart about how the limb loss options work here. Where like if you turn gore off. There's a lot to think about. It's like no, you have no arms, but the gore is off, so you can't do that. It causes a crash in the game.
It's too complicated. Yeah.
Continues. They really went for it. Now that we're thinking about, like, now that we're looking at this, continues. Set the game's continues to 3, 4, 5, or play until you're old and gray using the infinite setting.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
That's one thing I appreciate it is like there's a lot of this stuff, which is cool. I like that they give you a lot of information, but it's not like there's other manuals that get a bit sillier with it, or like you've read some where like they have like comic books explaining but I there is some personality here. And yeah, it just looks cool.
It is. I like
in a very 90s way. Like I wouldn't say this is like my preferred aesthetic, but there's something about it that appeals to me from being nostalgic for a game that I've never played back in the day.
I do wonder from a nostalgia standpoint. So we've made it through the 8-bit pixel art thing. We've gone through like the 16-bit pixel art thing. We're like in the midst, kind of like maybe the back half of the PlayStation style nostalgia kick. When are we going to get like midway specifically Nintendo 64 nostalgia going? Like I would be all in on that.
This was the game that really charmed me with it. Actually, I was like, this is not like, I'm not going to rate this high on like my personal scale of aesthetic that appealed to me in games, but there were we'll talk about them, but there's some characters we actually really liked in this.
Well, yeah. This is great. Okay, this is good. Yeah. So what I'm also going to do is I might zoom in a little bit more because it's a little hard because so speaking of interesting design choices, I hope everybody's enjoying all the different screens and items and images that I've got going on here on stream today. So just trying some new graphic design. I'm going to bring the screen to around 45. There we go. That way we can largely see what's on the screen. I'll move this. I'm going to cover up Instruction Derby with the Soundstone Network logo. I don't know if you can see real time me moving all these things around.
That was a network request. Actually,
it was in your writer for the show. It was like you need to have that. So yeah. So anyway, Flashback 64. By the way, Soundstone Network. We've also got Pixels and Polygons and Kirby Conversations. Music, by the way, in the background is from Andrew Elmore. The Wavebeam. SatelliteSound.net is the site to go to if you're watching and you haven't picked it up yet. What the hell are you doing? Go do it now. So yeah, it's a cool network, even when the demands are such that we need the graphics on screen. I think it's only fair. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Listen. This is like, everyone says, well, like Nintendo they have to fight for their copyrights or whatever, because otherwise, go like, this is what you have to do. You just have to do it. This is the way this is. So we got the character select, which is good to know. You've got the battle pit selection. I love to select my battle pit. Here you are in the battle pit. You can see all this cool stuff. Your shield, your lower bar, the health is your top bar. Most of this stuff.
Good to know.
Great to know. But what really is great to know is a little bit about the domestic policy of America in the world of biofreaks, in Neo Amerika. So let's do this. If you guys are okay with it, I would love for you to kick off reading as the guests and proprietors of the Soundstone Podcast Network. Please feel free to read down. Where would you guys like to read to? I don't want to be like, okay, read, and then I'm going to go like to the other room for an hour. How far do you guys want to read to? Or how about this? You can tap out when you want to.
We can read this spread here, and
right.
Maybe we can pass back and forth paragraphs, McKenna.
Paragraphs, okay.
Yeah. That way you can get a break. There's a lot of story. This is why I wanted to do this. There's so much story.
There's so much here.
Manual.
There's so much.
Yeah, maybe if you want to do like these two little ones.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
In the not too distant future, the mighty country known as America has fallen, like all great empires throughout history.
Yeah.
Its 50 states broken into private territories after what was called the Techno-Industrial Civil Wars. Computer technology, bioengineering, cybernetics, and mechanics accelerated at such an incredible rate it forced industrial competition to the point of uncontrollable and ruthless corporate espionage.
What I love about this, what I love about this is just like how wild a concept all of this is. This is clearly none of this could ever happen. I also I wanted to call out to, I love in just writing in general, but when they like do something like it's 50 states broken into private territories after what was called, and then ... like you're like waiting with bated breath for the next thing, but there's no chance for you to even like flip the page in anticipation. Yeah. It's just like the next words. So it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, oh, read these two paragraphs, but this is one paragraph. Okay,
it's so good.
This guy looks awesome here, by the way.
He seems like a cool dude.
Okay, while the government tried to keep control of the country by a single thread, the effect of giant corporations' white-collar wars drove the economy into a tailspin. With Wall Street in shambles, the government bankrupt, and technological corporate giants running unorthodox takeovers, Neo Amerika was born. Starting with Microgene, a Dallas-based microchip / bioengineering company, New Mexico was easily annexed by the construction of more microchip processing plants and cloning technology labs. Arizona was the company's next target, and by the time Microgene moved in on Nevada, things started to get ugly. Microgene had been using enhanced agents to spy, sabotage, and gather information on competing companies, but other competitors began fighting back with their own brand of genetically enhanced corporate spies and agents. Ooh. So there's ruthless corporate espionage.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just the first. That's just the first page. I would like to find out whoever wrote this manual and see if they'd be willing to run for office, because I think they understand how things work in a way that we could benefit from. All right.
So prophetic.
So prophetic. All right, Biofreaks, the story. I'm gonna get in on this if that's okay, because I'm excited.
Yeah, please.
These wars between giant corporations, aka GI Corp, gave way to more complicated, advanced, and unethical methods. The kidnapping of corporate executives and replacing them with clones capable of downloading company secrets. What does that mean?
This does not come into place. Well, actually, there is a clone character in the game. So maybe they just like, okay, there's a clone character. let's
We
let's
need
get
some
that
more
in there
in
too.
there.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the clones being specifically capable of downloading company secrets. Like they could have just gotten an engineer, but I like
Like
uh,
a hacker or
yeah,
something. Like yeah.
just like a Gen Z person who knows how to use computers. They would be fine. Soon, murder and terrorist tactics became tools of choice in the battle between the GI Corps. All right, back to you guys. This is exciting stuff.
Oh yeah. Here you wanna finish out this section?
Yeah. With the advent of the GI Corps battles, each state developed desperate measures to secure themselves from a hostile takeover. By declaring federal independence from the US, drastic laws and borders were created between states. Violence soon reared its ugly head, and the techno industrial civil wars began. Something had to be done before the once great country destroyed itself or became target to outside invasion. An agreement had to be made between the government and the GI Corps before America was torn apart. So a radical concept was introduced to prevent the possible loss of millions in the increasing wars between GI Corps controlled states. Thus,
Bum, 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 bum.
This has a bit more effect here.
Yes,
The
yes.
Secret Games Commission. I really was expecting like thus biofreaks, but like we haven't gotten to
No,
biofreaks yet.
Yeah,
this
still
is
a few
still,
more.
still some background on the government and the companies.
The companies, the government, we still don't know what a biofreak is. Spearheaded by forces unknown, possibly foreign interest,
Uh-oh.
a commission was set up in the league with the remaining US government to regulate the piracy that was tearing apart the United States, with the hopes of possibly reunifying the once proud country. I like they keep slipping that in there. Like,
Yeah,
this used to be a great place.
we've fallen. We've
used to
really.
be a country.
We used to be a proper country. I also like this. I like that they have like in parentheticals possibly foreign interest, as though like that's of note given everything else that's happening here. Like, does it matter whether it's foreign or
Yeah.
not? It's like things are pretty
Yeah, it's
bad.
like when something happens and people are like, we're not like North Korea or
Mhm.
whatever. And it's like, we're doing this. The SGC and the American government put forth a proposal to the GI Corps. Territorial or contract disputes would be settled in an arena.
Of course.
Now we're cooking.
Now we are. Here we are.
Instead of armies, one champion would represent a GI Corps controlled state in battle against another corporation's champion. The winning champion would take control of the opposing state, along with whatever states that may have been acquired from previous battles. That sounds reasonable.
That seems.
I think
Yeah. I mean, like, listen.
we should elect them.
Yeah, this is just a set of rules that everybody can agree on. I like what was in the water in the 90s where it was like the solution to every problem was a regulated fighting tournament. It's just every single time.
This feels like lower stakes actually than Mortal Kombat, though, when you think
Yes.
about it.
Yes. This is just to bridge the divide across Neo Amerika. This has nothing to do
Well-
with Outworld.
Yeah, what was going on in like the European Union at the time?
They were just like totally normal. Like America's gone completely off the deep end. This is like the 28 years later where it's like England is in shambles and the rest of the world is just kind of continuing apace. So we got Biofreaks, the story, the coming of the Biofreaks. Oh, didn't know it was that kind of story. The first unified law in decades
Oh, okay.
was passed, and we don't know what's happening. And the concept in the GI Corps world, a lot can happen. And the concept of one-on-one battles settling GI Corps disputes became a reality. As a matter of fact, the creation of ultimate fighting machines was inevitably the next step in the industrial world of Neo Amerika and its civil wars. Each GI Corps jumped at the opportunity to create these warriors from technology they specialized in. Cloning had become an easy task for the science divisions of the corporate states. Enhancement by genetics and cybernetics were available technologies as well. Born from these scientific secrets were biological, flying, robotic, enhanced, armored, killing, synthoids,
Yes!
bio-freaks!
Yes!
Woo! Pew, 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 pew. We need to get like I need to figure out a way to do graphics where we can have confetti and everything for the announcement, the bio-freaks announcement. That's exciting. All right, go ahead. Read about the bio-freaks, please.
The cloning actually, also I want to add, this does make me think of like a lot of things people were freaked out at the time. Like there was all this stuff about like people were always talking about like where
cloning sheep.
Bill Clinton, there was the cloning sheep, and then with like foreign interference. I guess people still freaked out about that all the time now, but like Bill Clinton had a scandal with that. Like this just does have like a lot of the stuff people were freaking out about in the 90s.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, so biofreaks for short. These enhanced humans were created specifically for the purpose of battle. Bred in laboratories as killing machines, the freaks were genetically endowed with peak strength and agility. A rapid healing factor, body tissue regeneration, and built-in weaponry. They're owned by the GI Corps and controlled through a bio drive that also allows them to download combat skills and strategies. An intricate tattoo of circuitry gives them access to the bio drives, which are located in each freak's skull. There are 3 stages of freakdom.
I'm always saying that. Duke Donuts makes a great point. Download is hyphenated in there, which I appreciate. I think that's a pretty cool one. What are the 3 stages of freakdom?
This is very Johnny Mnemonic, also.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to do the freakdom?
Yeah. Synthoids, genetically enhanced clones with tissue regrowth abilities. Retros, as in retrofit. One flaw in the freak creation process is that the tissue regrowth abilities will fail after a while. If a body part is destroyed and the regeneration processes has discontinued, cybernetic replacements are attached to the freak.
The freak. Hold on.
I'm sorry, I can't. The phrase "one flaw in the freak creation process" this is so stupid. I can't get over that phrase. It's like, oh yeah, that's too bad. You can't win them all, I guess.
Dozers. These are freaks who have not only lost so much of their human tissue, but also the ability to regenerate. Their bodies are completely mechanical, save for the brain. Closed-circuit battle pits are where all the action takes place. While more reminiscent of Roman gladiators than a football game, the state's populace savors the conflicts with crazed fervor. While the whole world watches the fights in frantic anticipation, there are those who do not enjoy the rigorous battles faced far too often. The biofreaks themselves.
Jesus, that got dark. That got
real freaks.
That got real sad. I know this is sad, but that answers our question about what the rest of the world is doing. They're watching the biofreak fights because it says everybody's watching, so the ratings must be gigantic.
Someone get this idea over to Dana White.
This could be. Don't give him any ideas. Don't give this man any ideas. All right, Goo, do you want to go the Freak Underground? Jesus, I forgot about
that.
All
is
this.
Just not a good phrase to read. I don't know.
I don't like bad mouthfeel.
Yeah, or GI Corps resistance. That's a nicer way to.
That's
put
better.
It,
That's better.
Not having any government or corporate sanctioned rights, being under constant control of a GI Corps, doomed to a destiny of violence and ultimate loss of humanity. Some freaks have gone rogue and formed an underground resistance. Their goal? To escape the control of their owners, in quotation, and obtain their equal rights. While the Secret Games Commission ultimate goal is to reunify America, which this is not a great way to go about it.
No.
The possibility of a GI Corps resistance interferes in some of their most important progress. If an underground movement becomes successful and all the freaks go rogue, then a swift relapse to the days of civil war is possible, and the hopes of peace could be crushed. So we don't want the freaks to go rogue, the mistreated freaks, because that's gonna make things worse, I guess. That's too bad for the freaks.
I guess it really depends on, are we supposed to be hoping for the reunification of America, or are we supposed to be hoping for the freaks? I'm kind of on the side of the freaks right now.
I'm on the freak side.
Yeah, is this some propaganda in the manual?
Yeah,
Anti-freak propaganda.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I'll say this: this guy here who looks awesome.
Yeah, he's cool.
We don't say his name. His name is a racial slur.
Oh, okay.
We referred to him as John Biofreak.
Oh, I think I remember reading this one now and being like, what am I supposed to do when I see this? Okay, yes. Okay.
So we'll tread carefully around this character.
Yes,
you know,
John.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's John. Johnny.
Not good.
Johnny B.
John Biofreak.
So unfortunately, the world of Neo Amerika, much like Neo Amerika itself, this scan has split the country in half. And so we're going to look at the west side right over here, which I presume
it's so awesome.
These are the characters. I also like that the buildings, because I guess what are these like? Are these big corporations supposed to have built up gigantic buildings in the shape of their state? I like the idea that they just decide to build a building in the exact shape of California, the whole thing, coastline and all.
You can see what states really had the funding.
Yeah, exactly. You got Bullseye over here, but it's nice if you're like down here in these states, because these would get really hot. But with the shade provided by Neo California, you're in pretty good place. You got Purge over here. I remember last time we read this, there was the realization that I don't actually know where any states are in America, and I'm not going to relive my the ignoble experience of Darren specifically giving me a very hard time for this. But we're just going to say these are, let's just call all of this Texas. We got Purge over here in far northwest Texas, and Sapo down here in northwest central Texas.
Oh my gosh.
We've got John what's his name? John Biofreak as no state. Yep. Whatever's going on here. Who's this? Cyclown.
Yeah, we'll get to the first sentence of Cyclown.
Cyclown's really in Chicago. I think that's Chicago, right? Is that Chicago?
This is kind of the general Midwest, and it's sort of this is kind of like Juggalo central, like these states. So it's actually really fitting.
I like that the Michigan has the glove and then the top part too.
Oh yeah. They just built it's. I like. Listen, they didn't want to they didn't want to do anything with the lake. I think that's important. They're environmentalists, if nothing else, and that's nice. Yeah, we got this in the Fago district. That's what Juggalos drink, right? Is Fago.
Yeah. Oh, I guess Delta has Michigan though. Cyclone really deserves Michigan, but there's a lot of Juggalos. Illinois is very Juggalo heavy.
Yeah.
As someone who grew up here. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. So they're like all around this place. Sabotage. Tough name.
Maryland.
Oh yeah.
McKenna.
Yeah. Yes.
That's
cool.
It
looks like it's included. Well,
they should have given us a Rhode Island.
They didn't include Delaware.
No Delaware.
I like New York. New York completely collapsed. I think.
You don't need Delaware and Neo Amerika because the whole place is a tax haven. Like nobody's collecting taxes at this point. You've got Mutilator down here in San Antonio, and then Clonus, Florida man himself, Clonus. So let's learn a little bit about Bullseye. Where did we learn Bullseye is from? Bullseye's from. It looks like inland San Diego. I don't know what he's doing there, but okay.
He does look like, it's kind of fitting. He looks like early Sting.
Oh
wrestler,
yeah,
that's where he's from. So
there you go.
It could be him. Honestly.
All right. So we got Sting, and he's moonlighting as Bullseye. Who wants to read about Bullseye?
I'll take Bullseye. That's fine.
Hell yeah.
Okay, Bullseye has been around for years and was bred so well.
That's so gross.
That he hasn't had to have a cybernetic replacement grafted onto him. He was originally created as a prototype soldier clone by Microgene and has since fought many times. I thought this said limes in the battle pits. Bullseye is a survivor. He has a very militant attitude and relishes in the prospect of victory. Bullseye has a special connection to an ambassador of the Secret Games Commission and is convinced that the games are the only way to reunify Neo Amerika. While his only purpose is to serve as champion, he feels his mission is worth the risks he takes at each conflict. He prides himself in the ability to overcome the opponent and be the best there is. He knows what he is, but deep inside, in a corner of his mind, lies the secret desire to be a real human. Aw.
Oh, Bullseye.
Bullseye.
Bullseye. You can do it, man. You can do it. There's more to life than just victory. We've got John Bio.F.R.E.A.K. over here. Who I'll take John Bio.F.R.E.A.K.
Okay, be careful.
I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to be very careful. Freak classification retro. That's the kind of game that I like to play too. John Bio.F.R.E.A.K. was a Synthoid champion whose career came to a drastic turn after a battle with Bullseye in which he lost both hands and forearms. It's because unfortunately he had the limb loss mode set to on. He was then moved to retro status with the addition of cybernetic weaponry replacing his lost tissue. Knowing that the next step of evolution for a freak was to eventually become a dozer, John experienced a breakdown and vowed revenge on Bullseye and the system that created him. He ripped out the biodrive in his skull, freeing himself from the influence and control of the GI Corp that owned him. He then went underground. John was originally a manufactured soldier by one of Micro Gene's biggest competitors, DNA Advancement Laboratories. Their first prototype models experienced biodrive complications with a faulty drive, often leading to independent thought. John's rebellious actions have been blamed on this imperfection, but DNA Advancement Laboratories has improved their drives immensely since John's high-profile folly. So
he's kind of a hero.
He's kind of a hero. Folly is one of those words that, like, it feels like came out of time. It was like they were writing this manual and then and then something went wrong and the guy became like a 1940s guy and he was like his folly. It's not.
I bet
not
that
a
was like
word.
a thesaurus word.
Yeah, they're like
they had.
How else do we say fuck up? We can't say fuck up in Nintendo 64 manual. All
mistake doesn't sound cool enough.
Yeah, mistake. Yeah, folly. I like folly. It's like, freaks follies. Okay, McKenna, do you want to take sabotage?
Yeah.
Unknown
freak classification.
That's interesting. Okay.
Sabotage is a hired mercenary bounty hunter currently working for the Chief Games Commissioner, a public face for the Secret Games Commission. She has been hunting John Bio.F.R.E.A.K. and other known rebels for some time. She is a rough, tough, agile, and focused on her targets.
Yep, I read that. That's a weird sentence. Yep.
Sabotage's background includes a 2-year service with the Nevada, California State Conglomerate Police Force, where she was legally enhanced for the Violent Crime Department. After her term ended, she was hired as a freelance agent to catch true breeds, people who illegally enter conflicts with freaks and rogue freaks. What Sabotage and the player doesn't know is that she's an advanced prototype synthoid made by DNA Advancement Laboratories.
Classic.
In a twisted sort of way, she is blood with her fiercest opponent, John Bio.F.R.E.A.K.
Okay. Wow.
It's like, of all the characters to be given this problematic name, why did it have to be like the main guy in the whole thing? Like there's no escaping John Bio.F.R.E.A.K. Oh my god.
I can't wait for this next one to be read.
Oh no.
It's just
Cyclown. Where was Cyclone is from the state of Illinois. That's right. Cyclone battles exclusively for the state of Illinois.
It's the best line of the manual.
It's so cool. It's so cool. He was created by a small but quickly growing cloning lab called Duplications Unlimited, a subsidiary of the state's largest GI Corps, Chicago Technetics. This whole paragraph is killing me. I'm sorry. Duplications Unlimited. It's so goofy.
Like, we've got time to come up with more names of corporations and laboratories.
Oh my god. Cyclone battles exclusively for the state of Illinois. It's so good.
It's a proud warrior for our great state.
Oh my god, we got to get this guy connected with JB Pritzker. Okay, Cyclone's bio. Cyclone's bio. Here's another typo. There's been a few follies throughout this manual with typos. Cyclone's biodrive programming purposely keeps his adrenaline supply in a state of constant flow and regeneration. His senses are so enhanced that, paired with the adrenaline rush, he's on the edge of sanity. So Cyclone is our first edging video character, our first constantly edging video game character. While it is,
you could say he's an insane clown.
That's right. Oh my god. While it is commonly known that Cyclone is a clone, that sentence has a ring to it. While it is commonly known that Cyclone is a clone, there's a rumor in the inner circles of the underground GI Corps resistance that he's a direct clone of the dead son of Duplication Unlimited's CEO. Okay, yeah. Cyclone rips. Like all the other characters in this are great, but then they were they really let it rip for Cyclone. In the midst of his prevailing hyper insanity, Cyclone has allowed enough of his mind to carry a goal to ultimately punish the man directly responsible for his creation and the creation of all Duplication Unlimited clones, Duplication Unlimited's founder and CEO. Oh my god. So
that's his father.
That's his dad. That's his clone's dad. Oh my god. Well, we got a dozer here. It's going to be hard to back up Cyclone, but who's got Minitech?
Big thing with this, I think this is the only playable dozer in the game. So
okay.
This is an awesome character, I think. What do you think? Or you want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. The F.R.E.A.K., known as Minitech, was one of the first synthoids created by Microgene for the battle pits. He helped them win Kentucky and Illinois at one time.
Well, not with Cyclone out there.
Throughout the many battles, his regeneration qualities disintegrated and he was enhanced with cybernetic weaponry. He is one of the oldest champions, and just before graduating to dozer status, was purchased by Missouri, where he was further altered by Anheuser Robotics Company.
So they moved from beer to
yes, to dozers, freaks.
While nearly invincible due to his state-of-the-art armor and weaponry, Minitech secretly wishes to join the underground after the traumatic procedures he's experienced. He serves as a reminder to some freaks as what will eventually happen to them as they continue service in the games. Minitech has been reprimanded several times after biodrive scans showed that he was thinking of going rebel. Anheuser Robotics Company is currently working to perfect a free will nullifying biodrive, but because of Microgene's accomplishment with sabotage, they've been beat to the punch.
It's really
we
good.
love Minitech.
We love Minitech. I'm sorry, I'm still thinking of Cyclone right now.
You kind of
it's like
stole the show.
I'm sorry, I gotta go back to Cyclone for a second. It's like the combination of this image and then everything that goes in here. Battles exclusively for the state of Illinois is so funny.
It's beautiful.
I can't get over it. I'm sorry. All right, Sapo. Here you go.
This is our favorite character. That's why I was like, oh, yeah. McKenna. This is the fan favorite.
This is the fan favorite Sapo. Okay, let's hear about Sapo.
Freak classification mutate retro. Sapo was a secret attempt by an underground renegade faction of New Mexico to create a champion that would give them the freedom from the Texas Annex. The cloning procedures were expected to produce the most fierce champion ever, a creature with a killing advantage, limb-shredding teeth, incredible strength, crashing hands,
Hell
and
yeah.
super speed. Skull crashing hands.
Skull crashing hands.
The monstrosity was further enhanced with cybernetic weaponry. When finished, the scientists thought it looked like a toad because of its odd features and green skin. Thus, the Spanish name Sapo was given to the creature. While Sapo's intellect is not very high, the biodrive in his skull is all he needs to battle, as moves and skills are downloaded into his neural path. Another first for the small group of rebel scientists. Sapo was granted admission into the games, and New Mexico won its independence from Microgene's Texas conglomerate.
Wow, congrats to New Mexico. That's pretty good.
Not as interesting of a backstory, but the character is quite charming. All the characters get it's very Midway-y, like they get almost like a sports introduction in the game when they come into the ring, and Sapo does one of these, like wave your hands in the air, and it's very cute.
That's cool. Maybe I'll have to check out some of the gameplay here after this. We can find a quick YouTube vid.
Yeah.
I'm curious about Sapo. He looks cool. We got Purge over here. He doesn't look like a cool dude at all. He's a retro freak.
Bad vibes.
Yeah, real bad vibes from Purge. Purge is champion of the games created by New Cell Incorporated in close association with their pyrotechnique division. New Cell's biodrives have had there doesn't need to be an apostrophe there. New Cell's biodrives, it's just plural. Yet another folly. Have had the best track record of all the GI Corps so far. Purge never was a straight synthoid to begin with. His cybernetic attachments were grafted on just after his birth. Purge represents, I don't know what that means. Purge represents Utah, which was quickly taken over by Microgene's rebellious subsidiary, New Cell.
Corporate structure.
This is rough.
So
Sorry, Utah. This created an incredible rivalry between Texas and Utah. Microgene has tried to battle for the right to own Purge since he was created with proprietary information that New Cell stole when they broke away and purchased Utah. But the Chief Games Commissioner has not recognized any claim to him. I'm so much more confused now about the rules of the games than I was at the beginning of the manual. I feel like
I'd love to see some courtroom dramas about fighting over the legal rights to Purge.
Yeah, like a procedural court drama about biofreaks. Purge. It's a really dry, oh man, this is good. They do what they did with, was it Shin Godzilla, but it's just Shin biofreaks, and it's just about
yes,
the behind the scenes political machinations. Purge is one of the fiercest freaks because his high intellect and loyalty to the games. He has a kamikaze sensibility programmed in him, and that lack of fear has worked against many an opponent. We got Delta, who's a bird woman.
She's got she's sort of like a fairy almost, looks like. She actually has kind of a cool effect on her wings that it's neat.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, tell us about Delta.
Yeah, freak classification synthoid. Delta is a female champion for the current state of Indiana/Michigan. She was created by Detroit's General Genetics GI Corps. Her specialty is speed and is touted as one of the fastest freaks on the game circuit. Delta is young and idealistic for a biodrive operated freak and is rumored to have friends in the underground. She is constantly under surveillance because of her suspected connections to the Resistance, but still proves a valuable player for the state of conglomerate. She has battled Minitech before and lost an arm, but instead of opting for a cybernetic enhanced weapon attachment, chose a prosthetic to keep her natural body form. Because of her incredible winning track, she gets many perks.
Many perks.
What does that mean? What perks? What is this? What does any of this mean? I guess is my question.
They really, yeah, they fell off at Cyclown. They did not have as much
They,
for Delta.
they were just writing all these, and they
It's
had like
female.
they hit like fever pitch with Cyclown, and the room was like chanting and banging the table, and then they realized they had like 6 more characters to go, and they're all tired.
Oh yeah, perks. Good point, Andrew.
Oh, what is perks? Yeah. That's right, Andrew Elmore. She gets many perks. Yeah, that's right. Hey, listen, whatever it takes. The bio freaks. We got Clonus. I think. Man, Gooey, is that you? Are you
Sure.
Are you to read Clonus? Are you prepared to read Clonus Unknown?
I'm kind of scared, like the mystery of who Clonus is.
Yeah, well, he's got
freaking me out.
he's got a question mark written in blood. That's how you know he's scary.
This is, like I mentioned, this is like the required fighting game character where it's like, oh, it just copies another character.
Very cool.
So yeah,
Well,
Clonus.
Clonus, I guess, is his name. Yeah, that just didn't. I didn't even think about that. Yep. Okay. Clonus.
Clonus is the creation of the biggest, most successful GI core in the North American continent, Edison Extractions.
Hell yeah.
Clonus is the sole creation of Edison Extractions' founding father and chief scientist, Professor Raymond Dew.
Oh my god.
We gotta do. We've been doing some like tabletop role playing games like on our Patreon, like with our brother and Matt, and this feels like the perfect world to like do a campaign. And so many names and proper nouns to borrow from.
Is there do they tell you more about these characters in the game? Because I have a because I have a fan theory about who Professor Raymond Dew is. De, obviously being the French word for two, is he and Clonus is his only creation. Is Professor Raymond Dew also a clone? Yes, exactly. That's my question.
Who's the original? No, I can't even remember. I think when you beat the game, I think you just get their bios. Like I don't even think you get closure on I don't remember, but
that's terrible.
Okay. Sorry, thus far the professor is the only one who knows the secret behind Clonus and its abilities. This entity has the ability to mirror any opponent's physical form and abilities. The opponent finds him or herself facing an exact duplicate, ultimately succumbing to Clonus's incomprehensible ability to not only duplicate, but defeat them in battle. I couldn't even comprehend that sentence very much.
I love the idea of it's just like you're just sitting there fighting him and it's just incomprehensible while you're fighting him. I can't figure this out. And then we've got the Mutilator, who's also a dozer.
Yes, this is the final boss.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
It's like gigantic. You're like in a massive arena, and
cool.
it's like 4 stories tall. I couldn't even beat it. It's too much. It's too massive. Yeah.
It was incomprehensible. I like that they're introducing him like he's an unlockable character in Super Smash Brothers. Okay.
Dozer or what's it? Mutilator joins the battle.
Mutilator joins the battle. Everyone is here. Cyclown is here. This freak has been. They should put Cyclown in Smash Brothers. Cyclown,
wait, please, come
Cyclown,
on.
And they could give him like an Illinois themed stage. Like I don't know what it would be like, but it would be cool.
Little bit of you want a little bit of corn.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah, mix of the rural and Chicago aesthetic. You know.
That's right.
He has some Malort.
Oh, he has some Malort. This would be pretty cool. Illinois themed stage in Smash Brothers has a lot to work with.
We did say it would be awesome if there was a fighting game where there were 50 characters that represented like all the states, or maybe even more. You could have the territories as well. Like,
yeah.
I'm sure you'd run into some trouble with that, but I think it could be funny.
I think that'd be a pretty cool. That'd be a pretty cool idea. Like the Illinois guys is just like, it's just the main guy from Road to Perdition. This is what I want. So we've got Mutilator. He's a dozer. It doesn't say for whom he fights, but I do see Microgene in here, so presumably he lives in Dallas. This freak has been in the battle pits long enough for her to become the most heavily enhanced warrior of all. A literal juggernaut among the others, Mutilator is a walking army with her chest cannon. I remember that in Austin Powers. Missile launchers, wrecking ball.
Fembot.
Fembots. It's a fembot. Missile launchers. But that would be, what if at the end of the game you just discover that Mutilator is a fembot? Wrecking ball.
Oh, behave.
Another gruesome yet effective weaponry. Mutilator was bred specifically for the purpose of experimenting with cybernetics and has had virtually all organic matter replaced by machinery over the course of her many battles, with the exception of her brain. What is left of her mind is under the tight control of a small inner circle of scientists and corporate executives at Microgene. So hopefully you get to, I presume, rescue her and fight back against here. So I don't know, but I like this. We should bring this back in manuals. The section where you can just write down who won and who lost. Like the
this
notes.
Is awesome. Yeah.
This is great. I love, like, did you bring the manual? We can't have game night unless you brought the manual to keep score.
It's not official, yeah.
It's not you didn't get it in the personal records. You got a couple of pages for it. So we do get some credits in here, and thank you guys. This is a good one, and I've had a lot of fun reading about Cyclone in particular. The credits are pretty good. We've got David Simon. I'm not going to read all these, but the game designer is David Simon. I'm trying to see if we got any names that I recognize over here. Yep. Oh, yeah.
The music in this game is done by Aubrey Hodges, who did the PlayStation Doom and Doom 64.
Oh.
Also, to Darren, I will say the PS1 version of this game has a better version of the soundtrack.
Don't tell him that.
And yes, some of the tracks that Aubrey Hodges did are absolute fire.
Really
they rock.
Good. All right, there we go. So thank you, Steve, for calling that out. I didn't know.
Andrew could tell you more games for sure.
And that's man. Okay, that's cool. Oh, Aubrey Hodges, really, really broad background. That's cool. Very cool. Okay, well, there you go. See, you learn something new every day. Producer for Midway Home Entertainment was Michael Gottlieb, which is like, Gottlieb is one of those legendary sounding names to me. Every time I hear that, I'm like, oh yeah, that's like
because that's a Chicago. The pinball, right? They have background in pinball. They're Chicago based, so
yeah.
Maybe that's why Cyclone got a lot into this, is because Midway's got to pull up for Chicago.
I was gonna say maybe Michael Gottlieb was the father of Cyclone, and
that'd be,
Midway Corp really took over. What was it? Duplications Unlimited. I love that. So I got some associate producers. We got some testers. I do want to read the testers. We've got testing manager Robert Sablan. We've got, pardon me if that's bad pronunciation, lead tester Ed Duran, and the testers are Brian Allingan, Nico Bihari, Gilbert Duenas, Chad Haley, Ian McCauley, Tonyo, and Kevin Wong. And special thanks to Deborah Fulton, print design and production, Deborah Austin, John Manganluzzo, Sean Murphy, Aaron Shems, and Dave Young. So I don't know, maybe they wrote the manual, potentially. At least that's the print design. We've also got the Sapphire production. I like reading the testers. So we've got test manager Cindy Adamson, testers Alex Rushlin, Brian Rushlin, and Jeremy Throckmorton. Thanks to all those folks.
Shout out to Sapphire, who did, I believe they did the port.
Okay.
So I think the story we got was this. There are arcade versions of this. I think they did a test market of it. You can actually play this at the Galloping Ghost arcade.
Oh.
They have one, but I believe they did not do a wide release. It like failed because I'm guessing because they did a million crappy 3D fighting games at the time.
Yeah.
They probably oversaturated themselves, would be my guess. But they did, so they just decided to make this a console release, and it got ported to PS1 and N64. So Andrew with the link to the soundtrack. I'll tell you, the BioFreaks theme specifically for PS1 is so fire.
It's good. Okay. Yeah, there's a link.
Yeah, shout out.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, just shout out to Sapphire, who we've encountered a little bit on our podcast as well.
That's cool. Oh, very cool. I think all these games, even the ones that are silly, you know, I mean, we talked about this before, but like reading these manuals is so fun because yes, we like laugh and it's goofy and it's silly a lot of times and everything, but there's so much like humanity in them and personality in them, and it's so fun to do that. So, and also check out this cabinet.
Look at that.
Man, I want this in my house. This thing is intense.
It looks so cool.
It does look cool. I like the bullet holes.
There's like models for the game as well below, like the other photos.
Oh
yeah.
T-posing. Is that Cyclown? There's Cyclown.
That's Cyclown. Yeah, that's our guy.
Oh, and then the midway like models. Is that what that is? Like the people doing the.
Is that Delta? Yeah. That's cool because the game does have a look of like, it's 3D, but it does have like it has a similar look to like Mortal Kombat, where they look like kind of people-y in the game. Not exactly, but it compared to some of the other 3D, like it looks more. They have a cooler look to the characters than like War Gods, for example.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I like the logo here in the arcade treatment too. This is pretty cool. So yeah, there we go, BioFreaks. And thanks to, we're all BioFreaks today. Good luck to the BioFreaks in their fight against the conglomerate states of America. Good luck to us in the same battle here in 2026. And where is anything that you guys would like to plug? Where can people find you? I'm doing the podcast thing. I've never done that before because I don't have a podcast. So like, where can people find you? Anything that they should be on the lookout for?
Well, thank you for having us on here. It's always fun reading a manual with you. This I laughed so hard compared to some of the other ones we've covered before. So that was great. Otherwise, flashback64.com has all our stuff. So I'm glad we could really get out there and spread the word of It's like BioFreaks month on Flashback 64 for some reason. But thank you.
Every February and March is BioFreaks month from here on out. Well, cool. All right. Back. I can't do it. I was trying to think of Flashback and BioFreaks, and I couldn't come up with anything. But
F.R.E.A.K.S 64. Shout out to Andrew there for that.
There you go, F.R.E.A.K.S. That's cool. Let's take it. All right, we'll be next week, presumably with another episode. And thanks, guys. Listen to the show. Go check out Soundstone Network, and y'all are awesome. Andrew Elmer, that's true. We should never have allowed you in chat. But thank you for coming regardless. Have a good one, guys. I'm going to hit the stop streaming button now on purpose this time, not like on accident at the beginning. Bye.
Bye, pals.